Millions of us love watching the world's wildlife behaving in strange and wonderful ways. But what lies at the heart of these extraordinary behaviours? Can science explain what's really going on? The latest research from all around the world is increasing our understanding of animal emotions, relationships, intelligence and communication faster than ever before. I'm Hugh Fearnley-Whittingstall, and I've teamed up with wildlife experts to travel the globe in search of the most surprising animal stories.
Oh, there.
Yeah, look at them.
Using the very latest camera technology, we'll reveal how and why animals do such remarkable things. And we'll meet the scientists.
Let's go through here.
Who dedicate their lives to understanding these extraordinary discoveries. Tonight we'll be investigating the intriguing world of animal communication. I'll be in Austria, where scientists are reinterpreting the howl of the wolf and asking, do these animals really deserve their big bad reputation? It's quite a noise, isn't it? Really impressive. Zoologist Lucy Cook discovers the communication skills required to persuade a penguin raised by people to swim.
It's a big deal if you're a penguin. There's this terrible transition period where you have to do it. It's like bungee jumping.
And conservationist Giles Clark is in Australia to discover how cutting-edge communications technology is saving an endangered species.
Each one of those little blue dots is a koala.
That's right. We can pinpoint exactly where he is.
Amazing.
But first, Patrick Eyes in the South African bush.
I'm on the trail of an incredible love story between two very different lions. Today, they're going to meet for the very first time. And it could change our perception about how lions communicate with each other. I've joined lion expert Jason Turner in Limpopo, South Africa's most northern province. He's taking me to meet a remarkable lioness who's just been moved into the specialist lion reserve. This is Cleopatra.
Look. There she is, hidden behind all the branches. That's Cleopatra. And she's next to her pal, Swalu. And it's so amazing to be this close to these powerful lionesses. Look, Cleopatra is lifting up her head.
9-year-old Cleopatra used to live in the reserve next door. She was moved here recently after years of behaving in a very unusual way.
What was it that she was doing? What was it about her behavior that changed?
She was obsessed with wanting to join the pride of lions on the side. So she was at the fence line every day. She swam across a river, climbed under an electric fence in order to bond with our male.
The male who caught Cleopatra's attention wasn't any old lion. It was Zukara, one of just 12 white lions left in the wild. A very rare change in their DNA causes their splendid colour. But it sadly meant that the white lions have been hunted almost to extinction. For 5 years, Cleopatra appeared every day at the fence of Zukara's reserve, obsessively waiting to see him. Lionesses generally mate with a male who's the head of their own pride, normally a big, dark-maned male. Jason, who's worked with lions for 20 years, had never seen a lioness go to such lengths to communicate her feelings for a male who was completely out of her reach.
this obsessive behavior, going up and down the fence line, putting on seductive moves like you've never seen.
What kind of seductive moves?
So lots of tail swishing. The lionesses will roll over. They've got this white, sort of very sexy belly that they flash at the males. Lionesses are arch seducers. I mean, seduction was invented by lionesses.
We're hoping to see some unique lion behavior. Today, Zucara and Cleopatra are going to meet face to face for the very first time. Lion introductions can be extremely unpredictable. So Zucara has been kept away in an enclosure, giving Cleopatra a chance to get used to her new surroundings and bond with resident lioness Swalu. Today, the team are opening the gate and releasing Zucara back into the reserve. We're tracking him to see if he picks up Cleopatra's scent in the 4,000-acre reserve.
We found Zucara. He is a magnificent male. Just look at him. All the classic features of a big male lion, except for the fact that he's white. Oh my goodness. Oh, listen to that.
So you can see he hasn't wasted any time. He's doing what we expected him to do, and that's the natural male response. He's picking up the chemical signals, the pheromones, from where Cleopatra scent marked. And that grimace, what he's doing is, it's called phlegmon. And he's picking up the scent.
So he knows that she's here.
He knows that she's here. And it looks to me like he's figuring out which way she's gone.
Scent markings aren't the only way lions communicate with each other. On the other side of the reserve, the lionesses are on the move. Cleopatra's out in front, picking up Zucara's calls.
That sound is so impressive.
This communication is a good sign, but this is a love story that could end in tears. Like all lions, Zucara and Cleopatra are powerful creatures. Males in particular can be extremely aggressive to outsiders. So even lion expert Jason doesn't know exactly what's going to happen when Zucara and Cleopatra meet.
Lions are very fiery animals. They can be very aggressive. Of course, they're fierce hunters, predators, and the males are incredibly territorial. So bringing two adult lions together, there's always going to be fireworks.
Lionesses often have to work together to defend themselves from other lions, and Jason is hoping that resident female Swalu will help out Cleopatra if things turn nasty with Zucara. As the sun begins to set, it looks like Zucara and Cleopatra could meet at night. We're desperately trying to find them to see their first encounter. How they react in that moment will show us if they have a future together. We managed to find Zucara. We're going to try and stick with him throughout the night.
Got full signal on Zucara.
A full signal from Zucara's radio collar means he's within 10 meters of us.
It's slightly unnerving. You're knowing that there's a lion in this thicket here. You can't see Zucara. I'm just trusting in this rickety old machine. comes, here he comes. Zucara just came right next to us. He's definitely on the hunt for Cleopatra.
Studies have shown that lions have their own unique voices that other lions can identify.
I don't know whether it's the cold air of the night, but his roar is definitely echoing a lot louder, or it seems that way. I can hear another roar in the distance. Hopefully that's Cleopatra responding to him. Seemed like he's definitely having a conversation or communicating with another lion, that's for sure.
The way lions communicate and interact is complex and often aggressive, so we don't know how Zucara will react when he meets Cleopatra. She's been spotted 2 miles away with Swalu, and she's heading in our direction. An hour later, Zucara appears by the fence.
Goodness.
Just in front of him are Swalu and Cleopatra.
Coming up towards you.
Copy, got visual.
We're right behind him, going along the fence that he first met Cleopatra, which seems quite appropriate.
Right now.
Suddenly, Zucara and Cleopatra are face to face. Swalu hangs back.
They're so tentative. Unbelievable. That was so electric.
How amazing is that?
He came in for them almost, but they both instantly were like, no, don't try and mess with us at all. We mean business.
Their encounter ends with a final scent spray from Zucara. It's one of the many signs that he's receptive to Cleopatra's presence.
Never seen anything quite like it.
That was really exciting. I'm still pretty shaky.
I mean, it happened all within a split of a second, and you've got these two strong, powerful lions, Cleopatra and Zucara, but no one was doing any damage, it seemed.
Exactly. Heated engagement, but you could see more bark than bite. No excessive use of violence, really. More just demanding respect from each other.
Their non-aggressive calls and the lack of violence are signs that as first dates go, this has been a roaring success. Zucara initially made a beeline for Cleopatra, and in a dramatic act of loyalty, Swalu rushed in to back her up. Together they stood their ground, with Zucara adopting a position behind the bush, which shows his respect for newcomer Cleopatra. These are all positive signs for a future relationship between Zucara and Cleopatra.
This is exactly what you've been waiting for 5 years.
I'm ecstatic. Bungee jumping's got nothing in terms of the adrenaline that I'm feeling right now.
I'm feeling it too.
Those sounds were just phenomenal.
A week later, and no longer separated by a fence, Zucara and Cleopatra are spending most of their time together. Their amazing story has given us new insight into the lengths a lioness will go to communicate with and get the male she wants.
Cleopatra's determination paid off big time. She's waited half a decade and she's finally got what she wanted. That first meeting, though, between her and Zakara was just electric. You could feel it in the air. And I hope they can go on to start a family of their own.
Back in the UK, Birdland in Gloucestershire is home to Britain's only breeding programme for the endangered king penguin. And Lucy Cook's here to investigate an unusual story of human communication with animals. Can a person teach a penguin how to swim?
Hello. Alistair, nice to meet you.
Hi, nice
there.
to meet you.
Hi there. And this?
It's Charlotte, our 14-month-old king penguin.
Hello, Charlotte. Nice to meet you. Hello. Just tasting me to see if there's anything edible there. Oh, it's actually quite painful.
Charlotte had an unusual start in life.
She was laid as an egg last year by Frank and Lily, and within 24 hours Frank had dropped and broken the egg. So we had to take the egg away and repair it with a little bit of super glue.
Wow, you can do that?
Yeah.
You can repair an egg with super glue?
Yeah, as long as it's not too big a crack.
If penguin parents drop an egg, they abandon it. So Charlotte became head keeper Alistair Keane's responsibility.
I like to talk to the egg because the parents would call to the chick.
Do you talk to it in a human voice or in a penguin?
I just talk to it as I normally would, like I'm talking to you now. So sort of, keep going chick, I'll see you soon and things like that.
Aww.
Sounds really silly, I know.
When birds hatch from their eggs, they form an immediate bond with the first living creature they see. It's known as imprinting. The first thing Charlotte saw wasn't her mum, it was Alistair. In the first months of their lives, baby penguins receive hundreds of vital lessons from mum and dad. And Alistair had to take on this role for Charlotte.
As far as she's concerned, I'm mum and dad. She's got to give me grandchildren, so to speak, in the next few years.
By 6 months, Charlotte was fully grown, with a thick coat of brown, downy feathers, perfectly adapted to keep her warm as she developed.
That's her begging for you, isn't it? She's going, Dad, feed me, feed me.
Come and give me some more food.
And like a typical king penguin chick at 12 months, Charlotte's coat moulted and she started to transform into the stunning adult she is today.
All right, Charlotte. So I think you're getting 5 stars as a penguin parent from what I can see.
Yeah, we got so far so good. And then we hit a snag in the fact that she just would not go in the pool.
Oh no, but she's a penguin.
I know, everyone would think they'd take to it really easily, but she was having none of it. She'd watch everyone else going for a swim. She would not go in.
Despite Alistair's best efforts, Charlotte could not be coaxed into the water. What was going on? In the wild, it's very important that king penguin chicks avoid water while they're still wearing their brown coat of baby feathers. It's warm, but it's not waterproof. So if it gets wet in the icy waters of the Antarctic, the chicks can drown or die of hypothermia. Only when they get their waterproof adult plumage do they pluck up the courage to take the plunge. What surprised Alistair was that although Charlotte's body was fully equipped to swim, her mind was clearly saying no. Perhaps penguin expert Professor Rory Wilson can shed light on Charlotte's strange behaviour.
Rory, are you surprised by Charlotte's fear of water?
A bit surprised, but not hugely. It's a big deal if you're a penguin, from being a woolly, fluffy thing that lives on land, and there's this terrible transition period where you have to do it. It's like bungee jumping. So I think there's a lot of fear there.
So what do the parents do in terms of encouraging them into the water?
They're brutal. It's tough love and it's do or die. The king penguin chicks, they actually go through the whole winter starving. They'll get the odd meal from their parents. They'll go down to about 7 kilograms, really, really thin and miserable.
It's hunger that drives young penguins to overcome their fears and into the sea to catch fish. But Alistair wasn't prepared to take this tough love approach with Charlotte. He'd have to find another way to get her to swim.
First thing we tried to do is push her in. And she jumped straight back out, had none of that.
No matter how hard he tried, it became clear that gentle persuasion was not going to work. Alistair had to resort to more dramatic methods.
We've got a rock in the middle of the pool. I took her in, sat her on the rock, so she had to get wet to get back out.
After hours of intense encouragement, Charlotte decided to take control of her fear.
It's the only time I've ever seen a king penguin with both feet off the ground. She went in feet first. Almost a cannonball.
Alistair and Charlotte had cracked it. And once she was in the water, Charlotte's instinct to swim kicked in. 4 months later on, thanks to Alistair's coaching, Charlotte loves nothing more than a dip in the pool.
She's getting very good now. She's doing everything we expect her to do. She's the first one in there most days, last one out.
You're a proud dad.
Proud dad, yeah. Very much so.
I'm in the forests of northwest Austria, on my way to meet an animal whose fearsome jaws and spine-tingling howl has landed it with a big bad reputation. Here, groundbreaking research into how wolves communicate and how their pack is structured is questioning the very essence of what it is to be a wolf. The Wolf Science Centre is home to 12 wolves. This is surely the most fabled of animal villains, and in Europe and North America, they've been hunted to the brink of extinction. Centuries of myths and fairy tales have given the wolf a bit of an image problem, but they've got no time for legends and stories here. They're dedicated to finding out the scientific truth about what really makes wolves tick. To better understand how they communicate and interact, researchers here work with timber wolves, the largest of all wolves. In the wild, they're specialised pack hunters of bison, moose and elk. All the wolves here are captive bred, hand-reared for the first 5 months of their lives before being allowed to socialise into small packs. This helps to make them tolerant of people so the team can study their behaviour up close.
Let's go in.
Kurt Kottruschall is in charge here, and he wants me to meet the wolf pack straight away.
Just think about them as big dogs. So when they come running down, keep relaxed. You can pet them from the side, never from above.
Eye contact is okay.
Eye contact.
They don't see that as a challenge.
No, friendly eye contact is totally okay, but they should never have the impression that you want something from them, because that makes them suspicious. Okay, can we open the gate?
Egg. Oh,
Hey!
not slow to come and say hi.
Hey! Yeah.
Okay, checking us out a little bit. We've got one over here and... Oh!
Yeah. Never mind, I don't mean you.
Nothing to do with me, that's between them, is it?
Yeah. We never interfere in their social affairs.
No, of course.
Tussles like this might look traumatic, but in wolf speak, Thaler's simply demanding some respect from youngster Cheeto.
Aragorn, come here. This is Aragorn, our big guy.
Aragorn.
He's number 2 in the pack. Aragorn.
Oh, that was a definite nibble.
It's pretty unpolite not to let him lick. Isn't he nice?
That was amazing. Talk about eye contact.
Yeah, no. He wanted to greet you.
My heart rate's up just a little bit, but what an experience.
Yeah.
They are formidable creatures.
Being able to closely observe the way wolves interact with each other is changing our perception of them. It's long been thought that the pack is held together by an aggressive alpha male, and the principal loyalties and bonds of the other pack members are always to him. But when Dr. Simon Townsend and the team removed different members from the group,
you need a collar.
They began to notice that there was something more complex going on with the pack dynamic.
We're coming.
So today we will remove Aragorn, and then we're going to look at the behaviour of all the other wolves remaining in the pack.
In experiments separating one wolf, in this case second in command Aragorn, the rest of the pack has a very distinctive reaction.
Okay.
Scientists believe the wolves are trying to call back their missing pack member.
It's quite a noise, isn't it? Really impressive.
Their howls can be heard more than 4 miles away, and wolves can recognize the individual calls of their pack. But when Simon analysed the howls, he discovered something surprising. Different wolves would howl louder and longer when certain individuals were removed. It looks as if within the pack, it isn't all about the alpha male. The wolves each have their own particular best friends. This has overturned the traditional view of the alpha-dominated top-down wolf hierarchy and opened the door to completely new thinking about this iconic species. Researcher Dr. Friederike Ranger has devised another experiment that looks at a different form of wolf communication, their body language. Friederike wanted to test the theory that the cooperation required for hunting could actually make wolves a more tolerant species than their closest relatives, domesticated dogs.
So this experiment is about challenging the prevailing view that dogs are more tolerant than wolves.
Yes, so what we do is we put a bowl of food between 2 animals, and then we'll see who's sharing the food and who's not.
So if they share, there's tolerance, but if one of them pushes all the others out the way, not so tolerant.
Exactly, it's quite easy and straightforward.
First up, it's the dogs. Will Meru share his food with junior pack member Hiari?
So, come on dogs, prove that you can be tolerant. Come on, you can do it.
Open, open, open.
Someone's not getting a look in at all.
Nope.
And he knows the consequences of coming close to this one when he's eating.
Yes, doesn't even dare to get close to the food.
Not only does Meru refuse to share, but the hierarchy's so ingrained that Hiari knows not even to try to challenge him.
Okay.
And every time we run the test, it's the same story. No dinner for the underdog.
Just getting to lick the plate when there's nothing left.
Man's best friend, not quite as tolerant as we thought. So how will the wolves fare? We've got Casper, the alpha male, and junior pack member Shima.
So if the old assumptions about wolves are true, Casper here, the alpha male, he's going to wolf down all the food, and Shima is not going to have a look in.
That's correct.
Given what we've just seen with those dogs, you've got to back Casper to scoff the lot, really, haven't you? Whoa. That's extraordinary. What a difference. That really is surprising. The way they went at it, you thought there's got to be a fight, but it just doesn't happen.
Yep.
And they're happy.
Unlike the dogs, even though Casper is the dominant male, he tolerates sharing with Shima.
It's completely equal. I mean, everything about it looks equal and balanced.
Yep.
This remarkable sharing behaviour is further proof that the wolf pack is much friendlier and less hierarchical than previously thought.
It's almost like the dog pack's living in a dictatorship and the wolf pack is in a bit more of a democracy.
Something like that, yes.
Amazing. And they don't take long to polish it off. Well, Casper, I don't know what to say. You've really impressed me today. Excellent table manners, outstanding toleration of your friend there. A lesson to us all.
Yes. Be tolerant like a wolf. That's enough.
Be tolerant like a wolf.
The researchers here now suggest that as dogs became domesticated, they learnt to scavenge for food as individuals, making them less inclined to share. Whereas wolves have always hunted together to bring down big prey, and so tolerance, communication, and friendship within the pack have helped them to succeed and survive.
What's been fantastic for me coming here is to see how a bit of smart science can push old prejudices about an animal out of the way in favour of new insights and understanding. So, who's afraid of the big, friendly, cooperative, tolerant wolf? Not me.
On the other side of the planet, conservationist Giles Clark is in the eucalyptus forests of Queensland, Australia, to explore one of the latest high-tech conservation projects. He wants to discover if communications technology designed for the military can save an iconic species that we're putting under huge pressure. The koala.
Deforestation isn't just wiping out animals in remote places like the Amazon. It's happening in towns and cities like this one, Brisbane. 9-month-old orphan Rocket is one of the recent victims of rapid urban expansion here in Queensland, where the koala population has plummeted by over 40%.
You can really feel how sharp those claws are. There you go, back.
Koalas like Rocket are coming under threat as new roads and most recently a new railway line are slicing through the ancient eucalyptus forests they live in. Now a team of conservationists is coming to the rescue of the small koala population that is clinging on. They have fitted over 200 koalas with sophisticated satellite trackers. It's a pioneering new technique which is having a remarkable impact. This communications technology means the team led by Tosh Tucker can pinpoint the location of every koala and easily find and capture individuals to monitor the health of this fragile population in a way they never could before.
We're going to go look for Gonzo today. He's
Gonzo?
Yeah. He's one of our little boys on this site. So what I'm going to do, here's our site here.
Wow, and each one of those little blue dots is a koala.
That's right.
That is truly incredible. And is it real time?
There's a slight lag, but there's every 4 hours we get a transmission.
It only takes a few seconds to find Gonzo's name on the map, and he looks dangerously close to the road.
So that little spot
so
there,
this is him then, by the looks of it?
That's Gonzo, yep.
And hence this big highway is what we can hear over the back.
Exactly, yeah. Once we get an idea where he is, I'll put his frequency in and we can pinpoint exactly where he is and makes it a lot easier to find.
The tracker picks up Gonzo's frequency almost immediately, and we're off on his trail.
Sounds like he's just in this patch here.
Start looking up?
Yep. Should just be right here somewhere, mate. All right.
So he's in there somewhere.
Ah, there he is, mate. Just look in that vine near the acacia. And he's just sitting in
Oh
that,
yeah, I got him.
in that fork there. Yeah. Let's do it.
With Gonzo located, Tosh calls in his team. The plan is to get Gonzo down to change his radio collar and give him a thorough health check.
Right, B, I'm just going to get down to that lateral.
In close-knit koala communities, disease can quickly spread and wipe out entire groups.
Nice and easy.
So it's vital the team can make sure every koala is in the best possible health if this population is to survive.
All right, mate. Grab him, man. All right, Giles. Come in there, mate. Just put him under the bottom there.
Hello, little fella.
A handful of fresh leaves and Gonzo's ready for his checkup, which each koala gets twice a year.
He's loving it. Yeah, it'll calm him right down. He's happy as Larry.
Vet Dr. John Hanger has been treating koalas for over 20 years. Back at his surgery, Gonzo is sedated.
Let's give him a once over, hey?
First, John checks Gonzo's heart.
Sounds good.
Next, he checks Gonzo's sharp teeth are all present and correct, and then on to his all-important tracker collar.
So just make sure there's plenty of growing space in there because the youngsters are growing rapidly, so we need to make sure that this doesn't get too tight.
He then takes a look at his feet.
A great big blister. That's not normal.
No, okay.
Just get a photo of that.
Gonzo's blistered foot is nothing serious, but even so, John will keep a record of it. Finally, John uses an ultrasound to scan Gonzo's kidneys, stomach and bowel to check he's processing all that eucalyptus properly.
So there's the bladder there, the black structure there. Okay, you can see the fermenting parts of the bowel.
Eucalyptus is poisonous to many animals and impossible for them to digest, but koalas have a special bacteria in their stomachs that can break it down. This movement is a sign that all is well with Gonzo.
You can really see that movement. They are just leaf processing machines, really.
They certainly are.
He's really starting to wake up. I think we should think about getting him back into that forest.
Gonzo's been given a clean bill of health. But John isn't going to return him just to any old tree. Until around 2 years of age, koalas like Gonzo prefer to be close to their mums. And using the satellite technology again, John can track down Gonzo's mum.
We'll just scan down here to find her name. So these are all the koalas with those special collars on.
Her name is J'adore, and with a click of his mouse, he has found her.
Okay, so she's hanging around here at the moment. This tells us that the last upload from her collar was 5 hours ago. So with a bit of luck, she'll still be at that point, or if she's not there, hopefully she'll be fairly close, but we'll be tracking her with the conventional telemetry gear as well to make sure that...
To really hone in on the spot.
That's right.
This technology, it's incredible, the access that it's given you and the information.
Yeah, it's allowing us to monitor the koalas far more intensively than we could have otherwise, and that means that we can intervene much more quickly if they get into trouble.
Gonzo has just recovered from his anaesthetic, and we're off to track down his mum and set him free.
Sort of getting the strongest signal from
around this area
sort of area.
Is that her? A koala in a tree?
Well done, Giles.
Yeah,
I think that is her.
Yeah, right up here.
We spot Gonzo's mum and release him in a nearby tree. Gonzo steps out tentatively at first, but he's soon back in the swing of things.
Off he goes. He's not hanging around.
So far, with the help of this communication technology, the team have helped protect over 400 koalas. The hope is that this technology could one day be rolled out across Australia to help some of the 100,000 koalas who live in the wild. This extraordinary project shows that as we continue to encroach on the environment, it is possible to reduce the negative impact we can have on wildlife.
In British Columbia on the west coast of Canada, this footage caught on camera phone shows a family of killer whales or orcas. They're one of the ocean's smartest mammals. And this group is behaving in a truly bizarre way.
Holy moly. Oh my god. This is crazy.
Could these highly unusual orca antics give us new insights into the sophisticated ways that these amazing marine mammals socialize and communicate? This family group has come right into the shoreline, and they appear to be rubbing their bellies on the pebbles. We asked marine biologist Jackie Hildering what she thinks is going on.
The first time I ever witnessed the behavior was actually only hearing it and not seeing it. I had an underwater microphone so I could hear the whales communicating back and forth. But also I could hear the rocks then over one another as you had these long skids across the smooth rocks.
Jackie's convinced that the orcas are deliberately and repeatedly rubbing their bodies along the pebbles.
They'll get down low and scratch every part of their bodies, skidding across smooth rocks.
At first, scientists thought that this was an extreme orca exfoliation system, that the killer whales were trying to remove parasites from their skin. But if this was a purely practical habit, you'd expect it would be something all the orcas in these waters would do. Whereas in fact, researchers know that it's very few groups who've been observed behaving in this way.
Why on earth would it be that one population would be rubbing off parasites, have parasites, when the others wouldn't?
Oh my God. The breakthrough came from listening to the clicks and squeaks from the orcas that accompanied this belly-rubbing behaviour. The sheer intensity of their communication suggested a surprising interpretation.
The sounds being made, it is quite something. It's the same sorts of excited calls that they make when family groups meet up with one another. So this had to be social behavior. And it probably feels darn good. My belief is it's a whale massage.
It seems that taking time out for a feel-good pebble massage has become a social tradition for this family, for the sheer fun of it. And there's another surprise too. We've known for a while that orcas communicate vital survival lessons like hunting skills to the next generation. But now we have evidence that just like us, they can also communicate family traditions down the generations.
It's absolutely the case that this behavior is passed on from generation to generation. One of the young killer whales in the footage now has her own calves and is teaching them to beach run.
Oh my God, oh baby.
In much warmer waters surrounding the islands of the Bahamas, Lucy Cook's heading to a unique research site that's giving us new insights into how sharks interact with each other.
Mention the word shark and most people think of lone, mindless, mechanistic killers. But I've come to investigate brand new research that claims to have discovered that sharks could be social, make friendships, and even have personalities.
Up to now, most shark research has concentrated on the behaviour of individuals prowling the ocean's depths.
You just see the little clearing there with that sand tongue.
God, it's really hidden away. But Dr. Tristan Guttridge from the Bimini Shark Lab is taking me to a special lagoon where it's possible to see how sharks behave together. I've been assured that these mangrove roots make the alleyway so narrow that only small sharks can fit through. The tide is going this way and the sharks travel with it. It's like a secret shark alley. Wow. So, this is it?
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. Gosh, you'd never know it was here, would you? Researchers recently discovered that young sharks were using this lagoon as a kind of nursery, a safe haven to rest and feed in as they grew up. And it's not long before I see my very first shark.
There we go. Nice, beautiful one coming. Really healthy looking sharks in here as well.
The sharks here are juvenile lemon sharks. Adults can grow to up to 3 metres long and have powerful jaws. I've got to ask, do they bite? Am I in any...
We have food with us, so you'll see a massive switch in behaviour. At the moment, they're just patrolling around, they're very calm.
They look kind of cautious, actually. To be honest, they look more nervous of me than I am of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was long assumed that sharks are generally loners and would only communicate with each other to fight over food or mate, but their behaviour here is suggesting that's not the case.
What we've found over the years is that they actually follow each other. They socialise in this area. So they're not just kind of randomly swimming around solitary. They actually are following each other in groups, and they switch groups and change groups over time. And they seem to have actual kind of friends, really, that they prefer to associate with.
Wow. And when the team put food into the water to observe what happened when sharks fed, there were further surprising insights into their behaviour.
What you'll see is that some will come in sooner than others, and I don't think it's purely because one is hungrier than another one. It's actually one of them will probably take a greater risk than the other one, some being bolder than others too. So you can do that and then wiggle it. Ooh. That's it. Here's one coming in now.
Oh, look, they're coming in!
That's it, and then let him go.
This is quite a big one, isn't it?
Pretty soon, I'm surrounded by a dozen sharks.
Oh, there's a lot of them around me now.
Wait. Woo. Now they're really getting excited. There you go.
They do all seem to behave in different ways towards the food. Some really play the tough guy.
Boy, just calm down.
Others are a little more shy.
You've got him. Hello, there you go. See him shake his head?
Yeah.
You can see some of them are less inquisitive than others, some of them come steaming in, and I think it's the same with lots of animals, that they have these different personalities. Ooh.
Fantastic.
Tristan has been putting his observation that sharks might have different personalities to the test. We've called in a lineup of volunteers. Personality used to be seen as a highly developed trait only found in dogs and primates.
Slightly insane.
Okay, if you want to hop over here, because I don't want
to... So how will our sharks fare?
Yeah.
Lovely.
To start, we need to transfer our first suspect into the test pen.
In you go.
She goes. So this is a shark personality test. And the way that it works is we're going to lower a strange object into the pen and then observe how different sharks react to that object.
If they really do have personalities, each shark should behave differently when they see this strange stripy pole descend into their space.
Let the test begin.
Our first volunteer almost immediately goes to investigate the new object.
And
checked it out.
That was boldness.
Certainly wasn't scared of it.
Wasn't scared of it. I thought it went in and it came in and it went and checked it out. Before we lowered that, it was circling round the edge. And now it's completely changed its behaviour and it's just doing sort of pass-bys, isn't it? It's totally checking it out. It's a bold shark.
It's a bold shark.
It's time to test our next shark. Will it behave differently, showing it has a different personality?
I reckon this one's going to be timid.
Timid?
Yeah.
I'm going bold.
You're going bold on this one?
Yeah, I am going bold.
My shark senses were right. Our second candidate seems determined to avoid the stripy pole altogether.
It's hugging the edge.
Yeah, nowhere near as much interest. But you can see the difference between the two. That's the cool thing to pick out.
Tristan and his team have repeatedly tested over 300 lemon sharks. Each one consistently showed its own unique response to the object. And this suggests, for the first time, that sharks really do have personalities.
So this isn't just a freak that it's bold today, but it could be timid tomorrow, that you believe that these are fixed personality types?
Absolutely. So if we test this shark next week, it should do the same behaviour or very similar.
Cool.
We're only just beginning to understand the complexities of shark communication and interaction. But the team believe that having different personality types actually helps sharks thrive as a species. They can exploit all the food sources available to them, with some who pick off the easy targets and high rollers who take on the big prey.
Sharks may all look the same, but behind those fixed grins, there's actually a whole range of personalities. It seems that success, if you're a shark, isn't all about physical perfection. Personality also plays a really important role.
So far, we've found out just how subtle and sophisticated communication between animals can be. And now we're going to meet one more clever creature who uses its remarkable powers of communication to get exactly what it wants from us. In the quiet town of Lecanto in Florida, Alberta and Chuck Holloway have been receiving strange deliveries.
We've got a ballpoint pen. This is a bone, a screw. We don't know what this is. We've got a piece of bark, coins, and we have this diamond chip bracelet.
Chuck had been putting bird food out on their driveway for almost a year when he noticed an unfamiliar object among the empty peanut shells.
I came out to put the feed out, and approximately right along in here was the toy car. And how did it get here? Strange. That's all I can say.
Determined to get to the bottom of the mystery, Chuck set up motion-triggered cameras to monitor the scene. And they soon revealed who was leaving the gifts. It was the local crows. Scientists know that crows are smart birds, reckoned in some tests to show the problem-solving abilities of a 7-year-old child. When the bird food ran out, Chuck and Alberta's crows would often drop off a gift. So far, they've left 57 different items. Studies have shown that crows can recognize and remember individual human faces. And Chuck believes that he might even have received gifts fetched specially for him.
This piece is a piece of PVC fitting. And I was working on the sprinklers in the side yard. So I had PVC stuff out there, and all of a sudden it shows up, like
in the feeding tray.
Like they were watching, that this is, he's doing that, so maybe he'd like this.
Thanks to the internet, we know this intriguing crow behaviour isn't a one-off. People from all around the world have been reporting the same phenomenon.
This is my personal favourite.
Crow expert Dr. John Withy helps to explain what's going on.
And this is when he dropped this thing.
Studies have shown that crows also give each other gifts of food and shiny objects.
Sometimes it's young crows sharing food with a more dominant individual. Sometimes it's between male and females that are paired.
But is this more than just a way of saying thank you? From a young age, crows learn that sharing can be rewarding.
The expectation is I share food now and I might, receive something from you in the future.
Now it seems that crows could actually be capable of entering a kind of trading relationship with humans.
We get the gift when the food is empty. I'm looking at it that they're bartering, like, I'll give you this if you give us some more food.
But it sounds like this association of if we bring something, then the food comes back. And they're certainly capable of that kind of learning.
Whether this is a case of crows seeking friendships with humans, or that these super smart birds have learnt how to manipulate us into giving them what they want, there's certainly no doubt that science is revealing extraordinary powers of persuasion on the part of one of the world's brightest birds. Next time we reveal new insights into some of the most amazing anatomies in the animal kingdom. Giles is in Australia with a kangaroo that's happier up a tree than hopping through the outback. Lucy's in Costa Rica to find out if the sloth's famed laziness could be the key to its success. Patrick's in South Africa, where there's quite a bit going on between the ears of the bat-eared fox. Here he comes. And I'm in the French Alps to see what it takes to train an eagle to fly at 1,500 meters.